Hello, dear student. I am Dr. Ashok Kevle, Assistant Professor from Department of Zoology, KTHM College, Nasik. In a previous presentation, we have finished phylum Protozoa. In that, we have studied animal Paramecium in detail. Now, in today's presentation, we will start new chapter, that is phylum Cnidaria. Under this chapter, we'll discuss the general characters and introduction to phylum Cnidaria. So what are the content of this presentation? First one will discuss introduction to phylum Cnidaria, and second topic is salient features or general characters of phylum Cnidaria. So let us the introduction to phylum Cnidaria. Cnidaria is a phylum of non-chordate animal under the kingdom Animalia. Generally, we know there are 9 phylums of non-chordate animal, or it is also called as invertebrate. In invertebrate animal, there is no vertebral column, so they are called as non-chordate or invertebrate animal. Phylum Cnidaria is one of the important phylum of non-chordate animal or invertebrate animal. Cnidaria containing more than 1000 species on the earth, and the abundance of the cnidarian are occurs in water. So they are called as aquatic animal. So most of the cnidarian animal occurs in marine water, but few are occurs in fresh water. So generally we say they are aquatic animals, means they are water dwelling or water surviving animals. The distinguishing feature of cnidarian animal is presence of special type of cells called as neurocytes. So these neurocytes cells help them for capturing prey as well as offense and defense mechanism from their enemy. So the speciality of cnidarian animal is presence of neurocyte special cells. Cnidarian animals are also called as coelenterate animal. See, in a word, coelenterata. Coelom means cavity. The animal possesses a cavity, so they are called as coelenterata also. Coelenterate or cnidarian animal mostly include animals like coral, hydra, jellyfish, sea anemone, etc. So, what we studied here, cnidarian animals are commonly called as coelenterate animal because of presence of hollow cavity. Second, they are animals belongs to invertebrate. Generally, they are aquatic animals. Most of them are marine and very few are freshwater. Presence of special type of cells called as neurocytes used for capturing prey and offense and defense mechanism. So these are the most of the general peculiarity or introductory part of phylum Cnidaria. Now we turn to second part, that is general characters of phylum Cnidaria. See, first, most of the cnidarian animals are aquatic. As I said, more the cnidarian animals are marine and very few are freshwater. For example, hydra-like animals are freshwater cnidarian animal, while rest of them are marine cnidarian animals. Second, presence of cnidarian animal, there is a stinging cell or neurocyte. These stinging cells useful for capturing food or capturing prey or offense and defense mechanism. Phylum Cnidaria includes the animal and mostly they are called as coral. And these coral animals are occurs in colonial form. They are colorful animal and mostly they occurs or survive in a group. So they are called as colonial organism. Next characteristics, they are diploblastic and show a tissue grade organization. So what is meant by diploblastic? See, diploblastic means presence of two germ layer, that is ectoderm and endoderm. So I mention here the cnidarian animal are diploblastic. And the tissue grade organization. Tissue grade organization means the another physiological systems which are absent in cnidarian animal, means their body is only organized at tissue level only. Then body shows radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means the body is divided into two equal and one unequal parts. But some of the examples of cnidarian animal showing bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry means the body is divided into two equal parts. That is called as bilateral symmetry. So generally we say here the cnidarian animal body shows radial symmetry and some shows bilateral symmetry. Then next character, polyps and medusa, the names for two body forms, means the cnidarian animal morphologically different occurs on the earth. Some are occurs in polyp form and some are occurs in medusa form. Polyps, cnidarian animals are non-motile, means they are sessile animal, while the medusa are the free-swimming animals. So the cnidarian animal occurs in both form, that is polyps and medusa. Polyps always attach to the substratum of ocean or sea, while the medusa organism remains free swimming in water. For example, jellyfish or Oridia are medusa form cnidarian animal, while sea cucumber is an example of polyps cnidarian. Next characteristics, blind sac gut, or we can say presence of gastrovascular cavity, or it is also called as coelenteron. So the gastrovascular cavity is again one of the important characteristics of phylum cnidarian animal. Then next characteristics, lack of systems like excretory system, circulatory system and respiratory system. So due to the animal body organization at tissue level, that is why there is lack of excretory, circulatory and respiratory system. So these animals only organize at tissue level. Then next characteristics related to reproduction. Reproduction is one of the most important property of living organism. So for keeping their existence on the earth, every living organism reproduce new organism. So the cnidarian animal also show a phenomenon of reproduction. The reproduction in cnidarian animal occurs in both way, that is asexual method as well as sexual method. Asexual method by budding. In case of hydra, there is a oogenesis of bud on the body and then detachment of bud from the parental animals like hydra, and the bud germinate into new organism. So we say asexual reproduction in cnidarian animal occurs by budding. Second, the sexual reproduction. In case of medusa, there is a sexual reproduction, means there are two cells, that is sperm cell and egg cell. So there is a union, and after union the fertilized egg develop into new organism. So generally we say here the reproduction in cnidarian animal occurs in both way, that is asexual by budding and sexual by union of male and female gamete. Then after the union of male and female gamete, egg develop into larva. So the peculiarity of cnidarian animal is ciliated larva, and the ciliated larva is commonly called as planula larva. Planula larva is a important larva of cnidarian animal. It is also called as ciliated larva. Then the examples of cnidarian animal or ciliated animal, that is corals, hydra, jellyfish or Aurelia, sea anemone. There are so many examples, but at least you have to mention one two example of cnidarian animal. In exam, there is one important question: write the general characteristics of phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. So you have to mention these general characteristics of phylum Cnidaria, and at least you have to maintain one or two example. So this question is important as far as examination is concerned. So these are the examples of cnidarian animal. See, in first diagram there are certain corals. They are very colorful, and their body is remains attached to the substratum. And in next diagram there is a diagram of Aurelia or jellyfish. Jellyfish is an example of medusa. They are free living ciliated or cnidarian animal, while these corals are sessile or non-motile or remains attached to the substratum. So these are the speciality of cnidarian animals, means they occurs in two different forms, that is they occurs in polyps form or medusa form. So this way we have finished this topic, that is general characteristics and introduction of phylum Cnidaria. Thanks for watching. Thank you.